Good evening, everybody. This is Pamela Parrish. I thought I'd get on here tonight and say it's happened again. We had another shooting in Illinois where people were going to a parade on July 4th to have some sort of normalcy. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. If you want to know what this is, go to Yahoo News for all the latest info. In fact, I still have the article, I think, down here, and I'll just go ahead and share it with you. I've talked about this on my other channel, and as I've said, I have my own feelings about what I want to happen to this motherfucker who caused such death and destruction on what is supposed to be a beautiful day. Even if you don't agree with what's happening in the direction of our country, there is no reason to go out there, pull out a weapon, and kill innocent men, women, and youngsters just trying to enjoy their day. A lot of things have been canceled tonight. An event hosted by the Chicago Cubs, Casey and the Sunshine Band, canceled their show tonight out of respect and caution. So I had to applaud Mr. Harry Wayne Casey for that. You know, it's always said, safety first, safety first. And I feel bad for the 6 people that are dead tonight. But they do have a person of interest in this shit. He's some 22-year-old punk-ass motherfucker who has a penchant for Donald Trump. Hi, Cartoons Rock. Yeah, I just did a video over on my other channel talking about this, but I thought I'd do it over here on Speak Up for Our Future, too. So, yeah. Well, happy birthday. Hope it's good. Stay safe, stay healthy, and just take care of yourself. And as I've just told my friend here, when you watch this back, enjoy the time that you have with your family, because you never know when you can die naturally, or when something like what happened this weekend actually happened. Turns out the shooter is still active and on the loose. They haven't caught him yet. Wow, keep me up to date on the job at the summer camp. But I want to concentrate on the news, okay? Let's see, 6 people have been killed, 30 injured. Think about that for a minute. I read about this in Yahoo News, and I'm sure you'll be able to hear about it on your local news or streaming services. I can't comment on Facebook because I've been put in Facebook jail. I've been put in Twitter jail for 12 hours, Facebook for 30 days. I can't talk on Facebook for 30 days. And you know what? Good. Fuck them. Fuck Twitter. Because what I want to see happen to this young asshole, he should be found. If he's ever found, he should be hung. They should put a rope around his neck and they should hang his ass for the young lives he took today. You know, I read in an article on Yahoo, which is linked in this video, where a 70-plus-year-old lady didn't want to go to the parade because she was afraid of a shooting. And bing, bada, boom. Look what happened today. It pisses me off. It pisses me off. We had a shooting at a mall in Copenhagen. We also had a shooting here today. And the Uvalde police chief has resigned. You know, the one that's had so much controversy around his ass? He quit. You know, and there's no license bullshit for weapons. Doesn't seem to be working out so well, does it? But they found out who this kid is. They'll find out who he is, but I'm going to say the name once. Let me go back to this article, and I will read you the name. They have staked out this person's home address, or supposed home address. And it says here, again, The headline says 6 dead, 30 wounded at shooting at Chicago area July 4th parade. Let's see. Again, they say this person's name is Robert E. Crimo. Robert E. Crimo III, it says. He's a person of interest in this incident, and he should be considered armed and dangerous. They say he has a silver Honda Fit, which is a 2010 model, I think they said, with a following license plate: D as in dog, M as in Matt, 80 or 0563. Again, he has a silver Honda Fit with an Illinois license plate with the letters DM 80653. You know, they said it happened at around between 10:30 and 10:45 this morning. So yeah, it's pretty sad because families are taking their kids to watch the parade. Some were even in the parade. I think they said they had young children there as young as 5 years old participating in the parade. And just before they were able to go out on their route for that, they heard the sounds of pop, pop, pop. And they didn't really see any bullets or anything, but they heard there's a shooter, there's a shooter, there's a shooter. And people were grabbing their kids and running for their lives. They did find bullet casings at the scene, and I think they found the weapon at the scene. So, it's really, really, really sad because people can't even go to enjoy a nice day outside. They can't enjoy being with their family, can't enjoy being with their friends or grandparents without fear of getting killed. Let's see, we've had shootings at schools, we've had shootings in neighborhoods, we've had shootings at synagogues, just about any place that you could think of, probably. Your local mall. Just recently, we had a shooting here in my city called Tuttle Mall, where an expectant father was shot dead. There's a problem in this country. And as I said, this is a uniquely American problem. And the media is right on that. The media is so right on that because you've got young people that want to have a sense of normalcy, but they can't because of idiots with guns. It happened with this in Illinois. It happened with that at Uvalde. And it's going to happen again and again unless we put the foot down on the gun violence. Something has gone terribly wrong, and I absolutely hate it. Too many shooters get away with shit, and they get they get stiff-armed by the media. They're glorified by the media. James Holmes was one such person. Claims he wasn't a gun nut. Yeah, what did he do? Go to a movie theater and open fire on a bunch of movie theater people. The Santa Monica shooter had a mental problem. They put him in a mental treatment facility for a year. But over time, he slowly reverted back to his old self, and he wound up killing innocent people. He shot at a transit bus after burning his father and brother in a house fire, leaving a mother without her son, without her husband, without a home, really. Let's see. Oh, they got him. Breaking news as of right now. On my local news here, they say person of interest in Chicago suburbs, 4th of July parade shot. The shooter has been taken into custody. They got his ass. They got him. They got him. They got him. They got him. This came off of my local news of 10 TV WBNS, and I'll put it below in the video. Let's see. They got his ass. They got him. They got him. They got him. They got this so-called person of interest. Yes. Let's go. 10 TV WBNS.
And we begin with a breaking update out of Illinois. 6 people are dead after a gunman opened fire on a parade from a rooftop. Now that man is on the loose side and is considered armed and dangerous. This is happening in Highland Park, a suburb about 25 miles north of Chicago. New videos are rolling in, giving us a broader picture of what happened. And we want to warn you, you will hear gunshots in this video. Now, that sustained gunfire you hear there caused a stampede. And here's what we know so far. 6 people are dead and 24 others hurt. Some were hurt while running away, but hospital officials say most of the injuries are gunshot wounds. The gunman used a high-powered rifle, which police have recovered. They say the shooter actively targeted spectators from a rooftop, and officers are aggressively searching for him right now.
Yeah, so that's just the crux, but I'm willing to believe that, hold on.
This is a switch bike.
This is a switch bike.
No.
Hang on. Okay, now I got that cleared up. God damn it. Cut it out. God damn. What is next? Oh, God. Yeah, see if you're still on here with me. I'm having a lot of problems here. But they got his ass. They got his ass. They got his ass. Oops. Let's go. WBNS 10 TV. Let me go here and see here. Okay, 10 TV. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Now we're on the real page here. Person of interest in Chicago suburb has been taken into custody tonight. Now won't let me read anything, huh? Shit. Let's see. Yeah, it says a gunman on the rooftop who opened fire on an Independence Day parade in suburban Chicago on Monday, killing at least 6, and wounding of at least 30, and sending hundreds of marchers with parents with strollers and children on bicycles fleeing in terror, police had said.
And we begin with a breaking
God
update
damn it,
out
I'm
of
not gonna hear
Illinois.
that
6
again.
people are dead after a gunman opened fire on a parade from a rooftop. Now that man is on the loose.
Eat your ass, bitch. But anyway, it says the shooter is identified as 22-year-old Robert Crimo III as a person of interest. So around 7:30 p.m. tonight, authorities announced that Crimo was taken into custody after a North Chicago peace officer spotted him. While there was a brief police chase. Highland Park authorities said he was eventually taken into custody without incident. So they had a brief chase and they brought him in. I'm glad for that because too many people have died already. So it says, during a press conference announcing that he had been taken into custody, authorities said they believe he was responsible for the mass shooting. This current shooting was just the latest to shatter the rituals of American life. Schools have been impacted, churches have been impacted, grocery stores, and now community parades have all become killing grounds in recent months. This time the bloodshed came as the nation was trying to find cause to celebrate its founding and the bonds that still hold it together. The mayor has said the violence has shaken us to our core, adding on a day when we come together to celebrate our community and our freedom, we are instead mourning the tragic loss of life and struggling with the terror that has come upon us. And again, I've read the article before, but if you want to go to 10 TV for all the latest news and info, I'll post it in the video. So, yeah, you'll have to forgive me for that. But they got the son of a bitch. I'm glad they got him. I'm glad they got him. I hope they do what I want them to do. And I want to talk about that for just a second. This asshole, this Creamer guy, 22 years old, had his whole life ahead of him. But they found his YouTube, they found whatever social media that he has. They showed a picture of this guy wearing a Trump flag, and he had videos of Trump's motorcade. So he was radicalized by Trump and his ideology. Like I said, he was probably some little pissant that was still upset that Trump lost the election. So he decided to take his frustrations out probably on the parade or any other soft target that he could get his hands on. But I hope that the law system will do the right thing. But I prefer what I said earlier in my other video. They need to hang the son of a bitch. Get a tree. Get a rope. Better yet, dig a grave and throw him in there and let him suffocate. That would be my ideal end to an asshole. Shooting at a fucking parade where people are coming out of a long hibernation from COVID and trying to enjoy the last bits of summer before kids go back to school. In a matter of weeks, our kids will be going back to school, whether in person or virtually. Sometimes it's this time of year where most relatives can get together and see various family and or friends before they go back to the regular doldrums of life in their area. And you want to know how I know it's getting closer to school time? They're already advertising the Stuff the Backpack campaign here in my city of Columbus, Ohio. I just saw the first ad for it this evening before coming on my YouTube channels to talk about this. But again, a stupid prick decided to open fire on a parade, killing 6 people and injuring over 20. Some media outlets have said 30 people because there were some people that were transported by emergency medical services, and some of them have taken themselves to the hospital. And they said, I think about 19 at one hospital were treated and released, with at least 2 still in the hospital this evening. So just keep an eye on your local affiliates. And I will talk at you soon, and hopefully things can be taken care of quickly with this asshole. I don't think they should wait. If they find him guilty and they put him on death row, I say they execute the son of a bitch. And as to the no license to, the concealed carry license, none of that. I think they need to rescind that. I think they should make people carry licenses to carry firearms. Because too many idiots like this asshole that was 22 years old can easily get hold of a gun and do what he did today. Again, when are we gonna do something? We can't live like this. And they interviewed a 70-plus-year-old woman this evening on one of these media outlets who said she didn't go to the parade for fear of a mass shooting. And look what happened today. God, I never thought I would see the day that I would be ashamed on July 4th. You know, if it's not one thing, it's another. But I'm just glad to be in my house tonight. I'm getting ready to go to bed here by at least 9 o'clock. I spent my weekend Friday night at home, Saturday at my sister's having dinner, getting plastered while my so-called relatives that like Trump were praising him, saying he's the best president ever, blah, 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 blah. But I couldn't tell you all that they said because within maybe 2 to 3 hours after getting outside on the back deck, I was getting plastered with beer and moonshine. And let's just say by 11 o'clock, I was ready to wind down and hit the bed and was home by 3:30 yesterday afternoon and passed out in bed and woke up sick during the night in the bathroom with the trots. So, yeah, all the rich food and shit. You know, since I couldn't get in the pool that they had, I decided to sit on the back deck and get drunk. I wasn't even thinking about parades. I went and sat outside when the sun went down and just enjoyed the quiet. I didn't even cheer at the fireworks last night. I just kind of sat there and just kind of mellowed out. So I didn't really celebrate last night. I was glad to see my sister and my so-called half-sister that my mom had before she met my dad. But I saw my two sisters. I didn't get to see my twin brother, which I was a bit disappointed. But you know what? It's the way life goes sometimes. You know. But to hell with this motherfucker that shot the parade tonight. Hopefully he'll go to jail for good. Because from what I could tell you, after this happened, whoever turned him in, I thank you. Whoever turned his ass in, I thank you. I don't want to see that scumbag get out of jail. If he wasn't guilty, he would not have been running from the cops. This kid had a Facebook and any other form of social media that you could have. And how he got under the radar is beyond me. And how he was able to get on top of a commercial building and shoot at innocent people is beyond me. Somebody failed. Somebody failed. This is like the Boston Marathon, but it's just as worse. But the only difference between this celebration and the Boston Marathon, 6 people died at this current celebration for our country. And many people died at the Boston Marathon, but one of the shooters, or one of the bombers, I may say, if I correct myself, one of the bombers got his head rolled over by a car. So one of the bombers died at the Boston bombing. What I hope for this miscreant at this current shooting, I hope he gets beat so bad in prison he won't be able to walk. I still want the son of a bitch to hang, but I hope the prisoners take care of his near ass in prison. And that is how I feel on it, bitch. And to the shooter, up yours. You're a disgrace to this country. You follow Trump, you are fucked up. You know, unlike Trump, I love my country. I love my gay brethren and sisterin. I love anybody who's black, brown, purple, yellow, Chinese, Italian, you name it, I love them. Even the transgender and non-conform community. You don't like my country? Get on the red eye and get out of here. Again, contact your legislatures. Push them to make people carry licenses for their weapons. Make it so that ghost guns will be illegal. Make it so that you have to have fingerprints in order to use the weapon. And if you use that weapon to do bad things and you sell it, the new buyer could take it to a new place that could scan for fingerprints. They could find out who owned the gun originally. They should check any fingerprints that are on any of these weapons and trace it back to wherever they got the gun from. I don't know what's wrong with this asshole that did this, but I want him to pay for those lives that were lost today. And I want him to pay for the people that he injured and the kids he scared. This is a uniquely American problem. Trust me. I don't know why kids at that age have to have a weapon. I don't think it's going to matter how high you raise the age. People are still going to get these asshole weapons. And they're still going to use them for the wrong thing. This guy practically target shot at people just for his own cheap thrills, I guess. He killed 6 people. I think they were all adults and 1 child. But I don't know if the child died. But keep an eye on your local news affiliates, and I'll get back on here tomorrow sometime. I don't know when. I want to try to enjoy my day. But seeing as how I can't talk on Twitter or Facebook, I'm going to be doing cross stitch for most of the day. And to Facebook and Twitter, you're a bunch of pussies. If I want a criminal to hang, I want a criminal to hang. Doesn't matter. He did what he did and he should pay. A life for a life. But to those that have suffered from this, I send my condolences. I send my condolences to the families who lost loved ones. And don't let any other asshole ruin your love for America. And those that don't, get on the red eye and get out of my country. You don't belong here. Those are the people we don't want. That includes Donald Trump and any member of the Trump clan that doesn't believe in the real values of America. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And I want to say for a quick second, I want to applaud those who canceled their plans for this evening out of respect for the victims tonight. I'm hoping that bands like Casey and the Sunshine Band or Journey or some other group out there would do a tribute concert. Like a tribute concert or a thing where they could talk about gun rights, gun restrictions. We need to do something, ladies and gents. Something in this country has gone terribly wrong, and I think it's been going on since Columbine. And it makes me sad that we can't even go to a parade, movie theater, church, synagogue, college. You remember Santa Monica College, Virginia Tech, Sandy Hook, an elementary school, Uvalde. And before I close out for that, the guy that was supposed to be like the head man for Uvalde had stepped down. He quit. He finally quit. The son of a bitch just quit. Now we need to get Greg Abbott out of office. There's a lot of secrecy with the Uvalde shooting still. And as I've said, the Uvalde school will be torn down at some point in time. But those that are involved with that will have to deal with their own vices, either in life or when their time comes to go. So I want you guys that are at your homes tonight to think about those that we have around us, because you never know. Something like what could happen today could happen to them. and you won't have time to say the things you want to say to your family member, how much you love them, how much you care about them. Because they could be right there with you, and they could be gone by the next day. Think about it. And to the shooter, screw you, you motherfucker. You don't represent my country. You don't represent me. As far as I'm concerned, they could hang you, they could boil you, they could put you in acid. I would be so happy if that happened to you. You took away 6 lives. I'm never going to forgive you for that. Peace, everybody. I'm out of here.